Do you wanna build a snowman? Oh, I've got the words to that song. I've got the words to that song just spinning round and round and round my head like stars around Roger Rabbit. It's driving me crazy. I watched it a couple of weeks ago. I loved it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It is exactly just The Lion King, but with different characters. It's the same as every other film of its ilk. It was just very, very, very good. And then I heard it twice on Radio 1, and my friend she sings it all the time. Do my head in. What have I been up to? I'm doing a video about nothing because there's absolutely loads of stuff going on, which means I'd much rather talk about all of that stuff than the nothing that's really going on. Does that make sense? The Transformers YouTube community got on 300 people for about 30 seconds, and then we got to 301, and then we went to 299. What the fuck? Either way, 300 people, achievement unlocked. Bing. I'm doing a video that I'm supposed to be announcing tomorrow for. However, while I've got the camera on, I would like to announce Saturday. Half specifically, for obviously the current trend and excitement. Predominantly, and I'm saying this at the beginning so you all can just switch off. After this, you can just switch off and stop listening to me. But up until this point, you need to read or listen if you're on the Transformers YouTube community. Saturday is Dino Day! Dino Day! And not necessarily just because of this guy, but because dinosaur robots are just fucking great. there's a massive plethora of them. So, Dino Day, Saturday, all day. Please. Watson, Ben Watson. You're the king of photos. Someone else has done some good photos lately. But no, genuinely, sort of, I've liked Ben's photos. He's good. I got one of these. I got me one. I'm going to do it. It's very clever, and it's horrifically shit all at the same time. So if you unplug the head and you unplug the tail, and you bring the tail out like that, and you hold him by the legs, and then you start turning it like that, which it doesn't really do particularly well, if I'm honest. The young man in the video seems to do it with aplomb, but I'm quite poor at it. It does that. But then if you grab it, and then you sort of get the tail all in the right place, and then go, oh, it doesn't go so well that way, but if you do that, it turns back into a dinosaur. La, la, la. What's happening? It's upside down. See? It doesn't, all the ratchets just start smashing against each other, and then it doesn't fit properly anymore, because this spring's supposed to be... Oh, I was going to throw it back in my traditional manner then, but then I realised there's stuff that means I can't. It's my first Grimlock. I've already allocated it to someone who I want to have it. And that's that. I was so excited. That's one of the things to talk about. So let's start. There is an awful lot of conversation going on currently about the film. I'm very, very excited for the film. The footage that we've got of the film just floats my boat like Noah and a million pairs of animals. Oh, it's fucking it just looks amazing to me. If you don't like the movies, that's fair enough. Don't go and watch them, but don't spoil it for the next little while. Shut your face and fuck off, because everyone else that I'm talking to is like, whoa! The toys, on the other hand, well, they're shit. They're shit. They're absolutely shit. And I really worry, Luffy's going to hate me for this, but I think this is the year that people will remember that nothing good happened. I heard something the other day from someone that I have an awful lot of respect for, who has an awful lot of not just sort of inside knowledge because he gets to talk to people, but a very, very wide viewpoint of not what's going to happen, what's happening around him, and what that really means it's going to mould for the future. I think there are difficult times ahead. I think it just doesn't matter how successful Age of Extinction is. I think that the brand as a whole are really up for some dark times, because I think they've really fucked up on the toy market. I think they've really made a bad mistake on the toy side of things, because while they have gloriously kept it simple for children to play with stuff, the simple stuff that they've made is really shitly painted in really shit plastic, and it's shit. And every single review or every single opinion from anyone, anywhere, is that it's all just shit. And I really worry that in 10 years' time, is this the year where it all went wrong? I've been buying some toys off people. Ian from the Transformers YouTube... I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do that one last. Once upon a time, when I refound and rekindled my love of robots, I was going out with a very nice... Well, I was going to say a nice young lady. I was going out with a girl. She was young-ish. She wasn't a lady. That was kind of the attraction. Who I was very much in love with at the time, and she bought me a Transformer. And I was just like, motherfucker, that's just great. I can't believe it. This was in 2007 when the first film had come out. Yes, and it was a MiG-29 Fulcrum, and I can't remember the name of it. It had a single spyglass eye. It was two-tone grey. I think it's my first ever review on my channel, so go back to 2007 when I started. Is it that long? Fuck. Wow! Bow chicken wow! Oh, this girl walking past with a nice bum. Bow chicken wow wow! Oh, and it's the black repaint variant with beautiful typographed Decepticon logos. This colourway is very sexy, and I'll be honest, I'm very tempted with the way that things are going on the paint market. I might get another one of these and really go to town on making it, just painting it up. I bought one of them. I'm not going to tell you how much for. It's none of your beeswax. Prowl. I got his brother Blue Streak. Always sat at the back of my thing. Apparently with the Blue Streaks, I'm lucky that the paint doesn't rub off the doors. Apparently it's a very common fault that the paint really, really rubs off the doors. I seem to be absolutely fine. It doesn't, not a problem. But that toy just leaves me cold. The neck is shit. The legs, the way it stands, he's just stooping all the time and he doesn't look very good. This has all the same problems. But they're all negated from the fact that it just looks fucking awesome and it's Prowl and the colourway is great, and you can just tell that anything else, any other use of this mould, is just a secondary use of this mould because it was just made to be Prowl. It comes with the gun underneath. Sexy motherfucker. Thank you very much. Lastly, harkening back to days of harkening back to days I like that voice, I'm gonna go for there again. Harkening back to the days of yore, when I wasn't really doing this properly and I didn't know what I was doing, and then all of a sudden it was just, I quite like that one and I'm going to give that one a try. Oh, that one's got 3 different modes. Oh, missed out on him. So good. Bike former. Probably the best bike former I've got. The only other bike former that I think could compete with this would be GoBot Psykill, the big one. Oh, that big. Rubber. He's got a bucket on his head with the face inside and a ram's skull on his shoulder. And I've said to myself for a long, long time, Dave, that's a mighty fine looking piece of fucking robot there. You gotta go and find that for your collection. And when Ian put it up the other day, I bought the other 2 bits because I saw this first and I was just like, bye. So, and then we came to a deal on how much I was going to pay for it, forgot about the deal and sent however much I'd said in the first place and overpaid by a £5, and he was just like, oh, and I'm like, it's only a fucking £5, isn't it? It's all very good price for those 3. I'm very, very happy about it. That's kind of all there is on the robo market recently because I'm saving furiously for auto assembly. Everything is sorted for auto assembly. There was a faux pas during the week about auto assembly. You've probably all seen it. I will see you all at auto assembly, where I will be staying in my super luxury room because it's my 40th birthday and I'm buying myself a luxury room, which is going to have luxury in it. And I'm going to have a bath twice, Friday and Saturday, and maybe even Sunday morning, because I don't have a bath in my house. And if it's a luxury room, it'll have a fucking cracking bath. There you go. Lastly, and if you'll forgive me, it's not finished, and I've not finished it on purpose because I feel like I've done loads of videos lately. I haven't uploaded loads of videos lately because I've got 2 videos, 3 videos, which are all of me painting down the shed. One of which is me painting my little tank, which Carl Chegwin, if you watch, I broke 2 of the wheels off because trying to fit the tracks on is a pig. So I've got to glue them back on. I made me a little tank. It's just a little brown tank. I've still got to put decals on it, and I've still got to put a brown sludgy wash on it to make it look old. But I've got to get the brown sludgy wash out soon, so I'm probably going to do everything all at once. The reason I have been down the shed is that anyone who's got eyes whatsoever has seen me absolutely spamming the page beyond all belief. Because I painted me a Megatron. If I get up close like that, and just leave it there for a minute, I painted me a Megatron. And I'm not sure if I could be any more pleased with the way this thing has come out. I've got... Look at the face. The face. It's just... That's what it should have looked like in the first place. The knee pads I'm particularly impressed with because I've got copper going up the knees to make it look like he's a little bit rusty. He's only a little bit rusty. I have got, however, titanium gold, gunmetal, copper, and then a titanium gold with a chrome silver mixed in with it, all dry brushed in, because his tracks were a different colour. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to take that motif any further, but I quite like it as it is. What I haven't done is dry brushed the claw arm, because I'm going to do it on camera for you lot, just to show you how easy it is. However, I would say this is easy. And for all the people, all the non-believers that believe that they think they can't do it, if you get one of these and you buy 1 can of car primer and you put it on very carefully from about 14 inches away and never hold the can in one place for more than half a second because you'll just splat it, then you buy some like Mercedes gunmetal or something along those lines, a sort of a smoky metallic colour, and then go to Games Workshop and buy Mithril Silver, if that's still what it's called, or go to any model shop and buy some Tamiya Chrome Silver. And then what you do is you get a paintbrush that used to be sort of that long, and then you just cut it off as some wanky little thing there, look, and you just dip the paint in, and then you take all the paint off with the tissue, which isn't here at the moment. I chucked it away, it's a tissue, fuck. And dry brush the bollocks out of it. Which isn't strictly true. You have to sort of know what you're doing about how the paint's going to texturise itself and how much paint's on the brush. And when you've got more paint on the brush, there are specific places on the model that are flatter that you just want to splat it on a little bit and push it around so you get those scratchy marks. Like the backs of the legs here, look. Can you see on the top corners it's got really splodgy bits where there was more paint on the brush? Well, that's actually really good because then they end up looking like paint chips as opposed to just splats. And then you can just, as the brush gets dry and dry, you just... Megatron. Easy. I might, if people want commissions of these, I would do commissions of these. I would also say that, to be fair, I think it would be worth getting a commission of one of these, because I think this has turned out very well, and the second one can only go better. I've got to do a sludgy ink wash on it now and pick out all these pinstripes and stuff like that, but that means covering it in a really glossy gloss coat, then putting a... Remember Ray? I remember he made a video once. He used to do stuff about doing washes with enamel paints, and it's a really good way of going about things, but you have to really gloss coat it and leave it for 24-48 hours before you hit anything else, because if you put that enamel over an acrylic, you then can't wash it back off again, and you'll end up with just a black figure. That's about it, really. I just fancied saying hello. I don't know how long I've been talking. It's been a genuinely rock and roll pleasure for the last couple of weeks, especially with all the AOE stuff coming in. Deluxe Day was an absolute success, and we will definitely do Deluxe Day again. I discovered a toy with light piping the other day, and then really wished we'd still did SLF. And then after everyone going, oh, why aren't we doing SLF anymore? Why are you killing SLF? Not one single person actually said on the Saturday, I miss Saturday Night Fever. So, there you go. I'm exhausted. I'm doing a Dorian. Dorian made a video that was very good the other day. I suggest you all go and watch it. I had a little squee when he pulled out his G2 Grimlock. And he did say on there that, am I just laughing at his misfortune? But it's also nice to just see other people enjoy their toys, because it kind of makes you want to as well. I swear there's something wrong with me, but I'm just stuck this way. I can't help it. Do you want to build a snowman? Would you, if you could, bang the Ice Witch princess when she gets all glammed up in her ice palace and puts the big slit up? She walks like a filthy hooker. Ariel, she's still the best cartoon girl.